This is your one and only 𝐵𝐵𝐴81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another informational Valheim video. Today, we're going to talk about how you can achieve absolutely insane build heights. Let's get to it. So before we get into the who, what, how, why, and all that good stuff, I got to give a massive shout out to the Reddit user's name that you see on the screen right now. I knew this was a thing, but for some reason, my brain just didn't put two and two together to see how this could be used in a way that you could achieve the things that I'm going to show you today. And it wasn't until I saw the post, and I'll link it down below, that I was like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't, you know how brains are sometimes. Like I've had a treehouse in the background of many of my videos for weeks now, but I just didn't put two and two together to realize how you could use trees to build absolutely insane structures. And that's the key to most of this, but it's a little more refined than that. We're going to talk about some of the nuances here in this. So as you see here, I have 4 trees set up, the pine tree specifically because you have a lot of room where it's just no branches. Well, there's those little piddly branches, no leaves, and it just goes straight up before you have any leaves that you have to deal with. But if you do something like this, where I just have 4 trees at a distance from each other, you can suspend a structure easily between them and use that structure for support. And that is because everything that touches a tree is considered foundation. So if we take a look here and I just attach any old piece to the tree at all, you can see that is now foundation. If I attach one of these to the tree, you can see that's now foundation. If we attach one of those to the tree, you get the idea. They're all considered foundation. And with the way structure support works in this game, where it loses stability the further it gets away from foundation support, having these trees allows you to reach crazy heights because the tree itself is already crazy tall. If you take a look here, we can come all the way up to here and we still have nice support, although, well, not super nice there, but support nonetheless all the way through here. And if we go down here and take a look, I don't have any beams or anything like that connecting those. That's all just ceiling pieces ran across there like that. And of course, you're going to have to put in support beams at some point because as you get further towards the center, you are going to lose structural support. But I'm sure your creative minds can already start thinking of tons of things that you can do with this. Now, in a structure like this, where they're super far apart, you're going to need to use the iron beams. And what's interesting is that because we have iron beams, the iron reinforced, these right here, yeah, wood iron beams, sorry, I call them iron beams. Anyway, because we have the iron beams connected here to foundation, when I bring them all the way out here, even though that these are green, they're still considered foundation pieces. All the pieces that they touch are considered foundation pieces because they are touching a foundation. Now, you don't have to do this. All you simply have to do is to go over here and we'll take a look at Exhibit B, and that is just make the structure a little bit smaller. So if you take a look at this structure here, you can see we have foundation support here, 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 all the way around. The tree is all foundation, and then we move out and there is no foundation. And then we go and here and we take a look up. Look how high we are going. We're going to go into fly mode here and go out. So for those of you who don't know, I'm going to be in debug mode the entire time we're in this video. Debug mode is achieved by hitting F5, typing I'm a cheater, all one word, then typing debug mode, all one word. Then you hit Z to fly and B to build creatively. Okay, there we go. Now you know. So anyway, if we take a look here, look at it. We're so high up at this point. We got snow caps on our rooftop and there is no wood iron beam in here. I'm using the logs, and then we have a log there. And then we have a log there, but you don't have to use the logs. We could have also, we can get rid of this log. This is going to be janky. We're going to have to be quick with this. We're going to have to be super quick. So we do this and then quickly, there we go. Okay, so then you can do that. and you end up with essentially the same thing. You may have to put them in a little more often. I'm gonna snap another one over here just to be on the safe side. So you may have to put those in a little more often because you're going out one more from foundation, as to where this is directly connected to foundation here. This one is not, it is one from foundation, but you get the idea. You don't necessarily have to use the wood iron beams. You just have to build closer to the tree and you can get crazy heights. Now, I know what you're thinking now. You're like, that's fantastic, but what if something comes along and it destroys my precious tree that destroys all of my support for my entire structure? If that happens, your entire structure is coming down. But let's go look at Exhibit C. And here we go with Exhibit C. So you can simply raise the ground, plant a pine tree on it, and then build, which gets you even higher because you raise the pine tree up off the ground and you get even, look at what I was able to achieve. Now, granted, I was using the wood iron beams and all kinds of other craziness, and it's not very pretty, but it gives you an idea of what is possible, and it's absolutely insane. Now, just to prove to you that this will actually do the thing, now I highly advise to secure the base of your tree. Maybe not necessarily like we have done here. And now that I've already gotten my thumbnail screenshot, we're gonna go through and remove this, and I'm gonna show you how you can go about securing the base of your tree. So if you decide to do this, it's very simple to get up here. All you need to do is just build yourself some scaffolding. I highly recommend building this wall right here around your tree in order to help secure your tree and make sure that it does not get hit, because it can still get hit here if, say, a troll throws a rock or something like that. That can possibly cause some problems for you, and you can simply just build scaffolding all along the bottom here, and you want to just connect it to the tree, build it around the base of your tree to make sure that your tree is supported. As you see, we can actually just snap it from here. And then what I would do is actually build it too thick just to ensure that you have extra protection. So there we go. You can do something as simple as that. And then just to ensure that it doesn't somehow clip the bottom, you may also want to do something like this and just snap it. These walls here can take a lot more of a beating than most people think they can. And this is going to drastically improve your chances of the tree not falling to some crazy shenanigans. Then I would also do something like this and put spikes along the bottom. Well, maybe a little further out, something like this, just so if anything tries to get close to your tree or close to the base here, it's gonna get hit by the spikes. You get the idea. I would just put a couple of them like that. Now you're like, well, how do I get in my tree? Well, obviously you're gonna either need to build a ladder down, something crazy down, but what I would do is just use a portal. I would have a second little outpost around here somewhere and just have a portal in it and then portal up to your base. That's gonna be the absolute easiest option for you. So just to show you how secure this is and how you don't have to worry, we're gonna go up in here and we are going to place down a bed, because we have to have a bed in order to trigger an event. So we'll place down a bed, and we also need a workbench in order to trigger an event. So we will grab a workbench and we're gonna shove that down as well. And then we're gonna trigger the troll event. Okay, so here we go. We got a troll event should be happening. You can see on our map there, let's zoom in a little bit. You can see on our map, troll event is definitely happening. We're so high up that I don't even see the trolls. Do we have any trolls? Oh, here comes one. So let's just see, let's see what happens with Mr. Troll here. Well, he threw a rock, he hit some stuff down there, and actually, you know what? Let's do this. We'll just detach the camera here. So here we go. We got trolls. Now, obviously, you could probably build this a bit higher. I built it a little low here, but he's attacking that stuff there, and it doesn't look like he's hit our tree yet. And now he's just effed off and said, okay, bro, I'm tired of this. Now, being in the camera mode like this just detaches the camera. I'm still up there and I still count as an entity, so they would still attack me. So as you see, though, they've completely given up, and they've destroyed that little bit of structure there, and now they're just hanging out in the woods. All right, so just for fun, I got the attention of a 2-star troll, and we're just gonna see what he does here. We can kind of see him down there. You can see we're so high up at this point that he doesn't even know what to do. Oh, he smashed. He smashed and destroyed the bottom there, but I don't think he's attacking high enough to hit the tree. It looks like we have the tree just high enough. Honestly, you might want to put it a little bit higher than what we have here. Kind of just build up a little bit till it tells you can't build anymore. And yeah, you get the idea. I'm not going to go on about it. Your tree is pretty much secure from pretty much everything. I mean, there is a Drake event that can happen, and there's a chance that the Drakes could attack the tree, but I just wouldn't leave any tree exposed, and you should be fine. Now, I know there's going to be some of you out there who are like, there's no way I'm taking time to build around the tree. Even with all the stuff you've showed me, Firespark, I'm still scared about building a tree because that's my entire foundation. My whole base would come tumbling down if that tree went down, or if any of my trees went down if I built a multi-tree supported base. That's fine. There's another thing you can do to reach incredible heights, and I'm going to show you. In the plains biomes, you can find these absolutely enormous rocks just jutting out of the ground like you see here. And if we take a look over here, here is another one, just massive rocks jutting out of the ground. Well, as you see here, you can easily build around these rocks, and they work the exact same as the trees. So you can either build from the bottom and use this as a base and support all the way up as high as you want to go, well, to the tip and a little bit higher than the tip of the thing, or you can just build on the top and make a giant rock base in which nothing can get you. And it's relatively easy to do. As you see here, we have supports here, the iron supports, but you don't have to use the iron supports. This here is used as a support, one of the logs. We have just the normal beams used as a support here. And then over here, I have just more normal beams. And then I have also used a combination of all of that stuff to show you that it all works. So, and then on the top here, I've used the iron beams for the top because you can spread out absolutely massive with the iron beams. So let's go down here and let's take a look at what that looks like. So if you take a look at the support here, so you can see this counts as foundation. So both of these that it is touching, since it's stuck in the inside, everything that is touching this thing will count as foundation. So if we take a look here, your flooring will count as foundation. Since these beams are touching foundation, everything that touches them will count as foundation. But over here, you can see that we can use the normal beams as foundation and go out. And let's just remove these here so I can show you. This will still hold fast, but it won't hold as tight. I mean, it doesn't have the support, so you can see that this turned red. I would have to go through here and we could do something else, like add a couple more. Well, it helps if I grab the right one. We could add a couple more of these, and that's going to end up having to be 2 because of the fact that it's not quite long enough, which still provides some better support. You can see it's not as dark as it was. And then all the way around here, we have this actually touching, and I put this one in here to show you that because it works just like the tree, because it's touching foundation, and we come out, everything that all the floor that touches it will count as foundation. And then up here, you can get absolutely massive support using that same technique, and the iron beams you can see coming all the way out here. We could take this much further than what we've taken it here. I'm just showing you this for an example, but yeah, you could make a huge, absolutely massive base on the top of one of these stone structures. And for those of you who wish to build in stone, the answer is yes, you can build in stone on top of these as well. So if we take a look here, you can see I can get a stone structure here like so. Now, obviously, I would have to clear all of this out, but I'm just showing you that it is possible to actually get a stone structure. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to get the stone structure quite as large as you can get a wood structure. We can still use those beams as support. And you can see if I just try to place it out too far, past the rock, it says no. If we grab a couple of the beams, so let's just put some beams right here like this, and we snap them, you can see the beams will support the stone, so we can go out one more. That one, I'm not sure. Let's see, is it? Yeah, it's not. It was being supported by the wood. So if we remove the wood and we grab another one here, you can see that it won't as well, but we should be able to grab a beam here, snap a beam like so, and then grab one of these and snap it there, and you can see it is now supported. With the wood, you can go insanely far out. If you didn't see my update video where I correct some stuff and clarify some stuff about my support video, it's in the playlist, check it out, but I show you how incredibly far you can go when these iron beams are touching foundation. Okay, and that is pretty much it for this one. Hopefully you all found this one helpful and informational. If you did and you're not already a subscriber, consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other Valheim videos. And I don't just cover Valheim, I cover all kinds of different games. Just so happens that Valheim is the featured game on the channel right now, so you never know when I'm going to be making guides for a game that you may be playing. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my 𝐴𝐿𝐴 Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.